Welcome to this deep dive into empathy mapping. In this video, we'll explore how to understand your users on a deeper level by examining their thoughts, feelings, and actions. This technique is essential for anyone building products or services that truly matter to their users. Empathy mapping is a structured tool that helps you visualize and understand what your users think, feel, say, and do. It goes beyond surface-level observations to reveal the hidden motivations, fears, and desires that drive user behavior. The real power of empathy mapping is that it helps you see the whole person, not just their actions. Why should you care about empathy mapping? First, it leads to user-centric design. When you understand your users deeply, you build products that truly solve their problems. Second, it uncovers hidden needs that users don't explicitly mention. Third, empathy mapping aligns your entire team around a shared understanding of the user. Finally, it grounds your decisions in real user insights rather than assumptions. Empathy maps are built on 4 core dimensions. The first is what the user thinks. This captures their thoughts, beliefs, opinions, and what's on their mind. Ask yourself, what concerns them? What worries are they thinking about? What goals are they pursuing? Understanding their thought patterns reveals what drives their decision-making. The second dimension is what the user feels. This goes beyond thinking to explore emotions, fears, hopes, and frustrations. What makes them anxious? What excites them? What do they desire? Emotions often drive behavior more than logic, so understanding the emotional landscape is crucial for creating products people actually want to use. The third dimension captures what the user says and does. This includes their words, behaviors, actions, and observable interactions. Here's the key insight: what people say is often different from what they actually do. This gap between words and actions reveals important truths about user behavior and can highlight opportunities for improvement. The fourth dimension explores pains and gains. Pains are the obstacles, frustrations, and challenges that stand between users and their goals. Gains are the positive outcomes, aspirations, and benefits they're trying to achieve. Identifying pains reveals problems to solve, while gains show you what would make users successful and happy. Creating an empathy map follows a structured process. Step 1 is to define your user. Be specific. Choose a particular user persona or segment to focus on rather than trying to map generic users. Step 2 is to gather research data. Conduct interviews, surveys, observe users in their environment, or run user testing sessions. Real data is critical because assumptions will lead you astray. Step 3 is to map the 4 dimensions. Using your research data, fill in what the user thinks, feels, says, and does, and their pains and gains. Be specific and quote directly from your research when possible. Step 4 is to identify insights. Don't stop at just filling in the map. Look for patterns, contradictions, and opportunities. These insights drive real product decisions and innovation. Let's look at a practical example. Imagine building a fitness app and mapping the empathy of a busy professional. They think, I want to stay fit but have no time. They feel stressed about not exercising, guilty about their health, but motivated by the desire to improve. They say they want to exercise but rarely find time. They actually check fitness apps but don't use them consistently. Their pain points are lack of time, information overload, and past failed attempts at fitness routines. The key insight here is that they don't need hour-long workout sessions. They need quick, micro-workouts that fit into their busy schedule. This single insight changes how you design the entire product. As you create empathy maps, avoid these common pitfalls. First, don't make assumptions. Always use real research data, not guesses about user behavior. Second, don't ignore contradictions. The gap between what users say and what they actually do is where the real insights hide. Third, avoid generic personas. Be specific about who you're mapping. Fourth, don't skip the insights phase. Filling in a map is just the first step. The real value comes from extracting actionable insights that drive product decisions. As we wrap up, remember these key takeaways. Empathy is foundational to good product design. When you truly understand your users, better decisions follow naturally. Second, research drives insights. Spend time with your users, listen to them, and observe their behavior. Third, and most importantly, action over documentation. Creating a beautiful empathy map doesn't matter unless you actually use it to improve your product. Take the insights you discover and build them into your product roadmap. Empathy mapping is not an end goal, it's a tool to create products that users genuinely love.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.